NASCAR Night returns to iRacing Live tonight. Live from the Iowa Speedway, it's the NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational, next on RaceSpotTV. We look live at the virtual Iowa Speedway tonight as we welcome you back to NASCAR Night here on RaceSpotTV, streaming live on iRacing Live. Tonight, we kick things off as the NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational takes to the track here in Newton, Iowa. My name is Cisco Scaramuza, alongside my broadcast partner colleague of 3 years and Aegis Motorsports team director, Andy Kessler. Hugo Luis is down the production trailer working the cameras and getting the broadcast out there to YouTube tonight. And Andy, here we are, Iowa Speedway, the site of so many fantastic races on the iRacing service, both special events and in and out throughout the weeks of the sim racing calendar. And another night here, a special night here on the iRacing service.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Cisco. This is a fantastic thing to get some of these the real drivers out there out on the circuit week in and week out all across this great nation of ours, putting some laps down on the virtual side of things here at the Iowa Speedway. What a better place to do that than this small little track as well, too. Puts on some great racing, top side action, low line, middle lane. We got it all here tonight, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Absolutely, Andy. Well, let's talk a bit about the event here tonight. It's going to be nice and easy for these guys. 30 laps here at the .875 mile track here in Iowa, and a bunch of drivers that you all in the audience are going to be familiar with tonight. Guys like Ty Majeski, Chase Briscoe, and some lesser known drivers, but some drivers who've in their own right gone out there in the real world and put down the hammer and done an excellent job. Drivers like Gracie Trotter and Jody Robinson, Garrett Smithley, Todd Gilliland also on that list. But Andy, 4 events here scheduled to take place for the iRacing Pro Invitational Series. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be in and out off the peak schedule. So when we're saying race night, it's because NASCAR night, we're doing this and then we're going straight to peak right afterwards.
Yeah, and a fantastic event to put basically a precursor to what we're going to see over the next 8 weeks here for through iRacing, especially with the NASCAR K&N Series getting their first ever chase for that championship getting kicked off here tonight later on. So a very nice event to unfold the evening or to start us off on tonight at Iowa. And like you mentioned, some names that you might have heard before. You might have heard these last names before, but not these first names. Some kids or of some famous NASCAR drivers out there right now on the racetrack here in the virtual world and at Iowa, trying to get it done. And at the same time, you got names you've probably heard before. Parker Kligerman's out here. Names you'll hear. Ryan Truex, of course, the brother of Martin Truex Jr. is doing some damage up there in the Monster Energy Cup Series. So looking forward to this event here tonight, and it's definitely going to be a great night all around here, not only this race, but the one coming up after.
I'll tell you what, there's a very familiar looking Ford Mustang out there on the track, and it belongs to the guy who is on the top of the qualifying standings at the moment, Mr. Ty Majeski in the number 60. And Ty, well, you made your debut here in the NASCAR XFINITY Series not that long ago. You got it back in June, ran again in the later race, and, well, you're back in the sim car tonight. Talk me through it. How is it out there being back in the car again?
Oh, it's great. iRacing's been such a big supporter of mine. It's such a big part of my life on and off the racetrack. So it's really neat they put these events on. It's great for NASCAR, great for us drivers to come out and have a little bit of fun, and of course great for iRacing and getting some more publicity. So it's a great deal all around, and just really excited to be a part of it.
Absolutely, and we can talk a bit about maybe some of the real-world side of stuff as well, Ty. You made 2 starts in the NASCAR XFINITY Series for Roush Fenway Racing in 2017. What are your plans going forward here? Are you looking at maybe a little bit more seat time? Are we going to see a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, that's the hope for sure. I know everyone at Roush Fenway is 100% behind me, and we're working on some more races for this year, and of course trying to put a full-time deal together for next year. But nothing set in stone yet, so we'll keep working at it. And I have a few ARCA races here at the end of the year: Chicago, Kentucky, and Kansas. I'm trying to just get some more experience on the mile-and-a-half stuff. So looking forward to that.
Well, I will say the defending ARCA Midwest Tour champion, I'm going to be seeing you probably at that Chicago race, so I'm looking forward to that. But before we let you go, anyone you want to say hello to, any sponsors, shout-outs you want to give?
iRacing's been such a big supporter of mine. They're my primary sponsor, of course, for my debut on my Xfinity car and also my super late model program. So, and of course, everybody at Roush Fenway Racing for giving me the opportunity to go out there and make my dreams come true. So just everybody that supported me from day one. I'm just really, really blessed to be in the position I'm in.
That's Ty Majeski driving the 60 out there, Ty. We wish you the best of luck tonight, and we'll see you, maybe talk to you a little bit later.
I hope so. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.
That's Mr. Ty Majeski, still at the top of the qualifying board right now, being trailed by Christopher Bell, driving that 2 Toyota Camry out there tonight, Andy. And Ty, I mean, everybody had the TVs on when Ty made his debut at Iowa. Not the run he was looking for, but a solid run in his second start here. And you have to think the experience he got in that series, he's basically taken to him in this car, because this is exactly the track car combination that he ran back in June, and then again later on in the NASCAR XFINITY Series schedule.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, obviously, real world sim, there is a big difference running fixed setups here tonight, so there's really nothing these guys can do to make changes in the car. It's really basically trying to adapt their style to the track to get themselves to be the fastest they can be. And so far, Ty's done just that, but a pretty cool thing that he can come back here and, like you said, maybe not the night he wanted when he had his Xfinity debut, but he maybe gets to make up a little bit for that here tonight.
Absolutely. Finished 16th in his second run out in Iowa, so Ty showing you can take skills from the sim into the real world and then, hey, work it back as well. So we're continuing our pre-race coverage here of the NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series. We're going to step away for a moment and hear from another driver who got a win at Iowa in I believe his second start for Joe Gibbs Racing. How about a Mr. Ryan Preece? Let's hear from him. We'll be right back here from Iowa Speedway as pre-race show continues.
Hi, I'm Ryan Preece. I'm driving the number 20 JGR Toyota Xfinity car this weekend. Really great opportunity here at New Hampshire at my home track. Over the past 2 weeks, I've been on iRacing, practicing a little bit here and there with the modified and the NASCAR XFINITY car. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great tool for me to kind of get used to that stock car body again and be prepared for the race today. Well, yeah, it's a mile long, so the draft kind of plays into effect here with the modifieds. Punches a big hole in the air, and we run restrictor plates. So it makes a big difference. Just really fast, and it's our Daytona. So that's what's great about it, and we have a fast car for tomorrow. I think the biggest thing is they're heavier cars. The tire's a lot different, and the way you go about setting them up is a lot different. They use all 4 tires more than a modified, where we typically drive off the right rear, you know, so. Well, actually, it's funny. I raced NASCAR race in 2003 before iRacing came about. And then when iRacing came about, my friend Kevin Iannarelli, who works at iRacing, kind of told me, hey man, you need to switch over to this. And when I did, I was like, oh my God, this is like real life. So I started using it as a tool of mine to really prepare for modified races, whether it was Stafford or Thompson or Loudon, Bristol. And then obviously the Xfinity Series last year, going to road courses, trying to get laps, and use it as a tool that can get me as prepared as I could be without actually doing it. So it's been great.
We welcome you back to Iowa Speedway here as coverage of NASCAR Night and the NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series continues here from Iowa Speedway. And well, Andy, we've been able to catch up with the driver who many people will know, both from his experience behind the wheel as well as his presence on the television, Parker Kligerman. My friend, I welcome you to the booth. We are in the presence of greatness tonight because you are someone I've looked up to for a while for being able to jump into the commentary booth. And, well, you're out here. You're in the number 13, the Camry tonight. Talk us through it, man. How is it being out here tonight?
It's fun. Thanks for having me here, and, glad iRacing's putting on this event. But, I'm only here to beat one person. That's Truex, because he's been texting me a bunch of smack. So that's the only one I care about beating this time. But I'm not quite as fast as I hope to be because I just don't get to iRace as much and didn't have any time to practice. But hopefully I can figure it out over 30 laps and get a little quicker to go out there and at least just beat Ryan, because that's really what matters.
Well, we see every week on the service showcasing us the track that the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series is going to, and a lot of experience on the sim as well. I've seen you running in the Ascor Series before as well as Sim 500, the RSR Winston Cup Series, all over the place. So, Parker, how are you feeling, this car-wise? Maybe not the car you drive every week, but nonetheless, you've been able to get back into the Camping World Truck Series lately for Henderson Motorsports, making some starts in that. What can you take from that truck that you can put onto the track here in the sim tonight?
Well, actually, the sim cars drive very similar to the real life stuff. I drove an XFINITY car this past weekend at Road America, and I practiced on iRacing beforehand for a couple laps, so that was fun, and was able to kind of memorize, get back into the points of the track and that sort of thing. And then the truck, they do drive similar. So anytime I get to race a truck, it translates, and mostly just making racing decisions. The big thing is when you're actually out there running and you're actually racing against people and you're making those racing decisions, that's big, because someone like myself who doesn't get to race every week, it makes me just be a little bit more prepared for when I show up on those weekends I actually get to race in real life.
Well, Parker, before we let you go, anyone you want to say hello to, sponsors, shout-outs, and any trash talk you want to send back Ryan Truex's way?
Yeah, sir. I got NBC Sports on here, so I got to be, maybe a little reserved, but just know that this week and tonight it's not go Ryan, it's go down Ryan. So we're going to hopefully bring him down.
All right, Parker. Well, good luck out there tonight, and maybe we'll talk to you a little bit later.
Thanks, man.
That's Parker Kligerman, Andy, and, well, the trash talks already began for a couple of these drivers, and you can tell they're going out there taking it competitive. We've been hearing that Garrett Smithley's been talking about the car already. He's streaming this on Twitch, so if you want to see that view as well, I'm not sure if we have the link or not, but see if you can find that as well. A lot of eyes on this event tonight, and the drivers, yeah, they're having a little bit of fun out there.
Oh, absolutely. You got to have some fun. I mean, iRacing throws up something like this, gets some of the best short track racers there are out in the country right now, and to get some friends out there like Truex and Kligerman, and of course there's going to be a little trash talk. Everybody wants to be the best at what they do, so it's a little bit of a side note to keep an eye on is watch those two guys. Maybe they won't win the race, but we'll see who ends up on top.
Well, I guess the time for speculation is over because the checkered flag has flown on this qualifying session, so we'll talk you through who's going to be starting where in this race and who's going to be on pole. I have a sneaking suspicion that that driver in the number 60 might have a very good qualifying time coming into this session, but we are waiting to see now for these drivers to take the grid. So we do want to remind you in the meantime that immediately following this race, the NASCAR NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series powered by iRacing playoffs are kicking off tonight in Darlington, so please stick around for that right here on the iRacing YouTube channel. That's going to be an awesome race, and we're looking really forward to that. You can catch Evan, Andy, and actually, I believe it's going to be Randy on there. So Evan, Andy, and Randy for that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But that's then. This is now. Let's walk you through your starting grid here at Iowa. Yeah, you guessed it, Ty Majeski on the pole this time, it looks like. And starting to his outside is going to be Christopher Bell in the number 2 car. Chase Briscoe going to start 3rd. Ben Kennedy going to start 4th. And Ryan Truex going to start 5th.
That's right. How about Christian X? He's going to start in that number 6 spot on the outside of Ryan Truex. Rafael Lessard was going to start in the 7th spot outside of row number 4. That's the number 13 there. We just talked to him, Parker Kligerman. You got Todd Gilliland going to start in the 9th spot, and running out the top 10 is going to be the number 43 there, Garrett Smithley.
And 3 more drivers making up this grid tonight. Harrison Burton starting in that 11th place position. 12th going to go to Jody Robinson, and Gracie Trotter going to round out the 13 car grid here from the Iowa Speedway. And now that last little bit, Andy, before these drivers head out onto the track for the formation laps. And let's talk a little bit about this Iowa Speedway, built with the help of Rusty Wallace in Newton, Iowa. 0.875 oval, a very progressively banked oval at that, Andy, and a lot of fun for these guys to race.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Cisco. We're talking in the turns, 12 to 14 degrees of banking. Of course, the front stretch banked as well at a 10 degrees. The backstretch, pretty much the flattest spot besides pit road, 4 degrees on the backstretch. You're going to see a lot here. One of the places done a lot of broadcasts, a lot of spotting for guys on the sim at this racetrack. You're going to want to see these guys through 1 and 2 be on the bottom. The problem is there's a lot of bumps, so they're going to have to navigate through all those bumps in order to get through that. And then 3 and 4 are really the fast lane. You're going to see a lot of guys trying the bottom here, but I'll tell you what, the fast lane in 3 and 4 is definitely going to be up against the wall.
You want to talk about a throwback? This reminds me of a race not too far in the past where Ryan Truex and Nick Tandy went at it. It was in this series in the iRacing Pro Race of Champions. Nick Tandy went at it in the Xfinity cars, and it was a fantastic race, Andy. And I have to say, Ryan Truex, at least for me, he's shown a lot of speed at Iowa in the past. I think I'm going to pick him to win this thing.
That's definitely not a bad pick at all. It's kind of hard not to root for the 60. Of course, Ty Majeski, arguably one of the best sim racers on iRacing with the iRating so high that he has the top ranked guy out there. But it's hard to bet against him. But there's a lot of names out there. I want to see some good shows from all these guys. But I'll tell you what, Truex is definitely a good pick. I never like making picks because they end up in the wall. So I'm going to just keep my opinion closed right now.
Well, I guess Andy's looking not to jinx anyone. Ryan, I hope I don't jinx you, or maybe Parker's hoping that I did jinx him. But either way, I guess we'll have to find out. But either way, Ty Majeski leads the field behind that Ford Mustang pace car in the iRacing Ford Mustang. You can tell who's going to be in each car. You see the names on the side of the cars, makes it nice and easy. And also keep an eye on your tickers up at the top side when this race goes green to see who's where and where your favorite driver is in this field. We thank you so much for joining us here on the iRacing.com YouTube channel here as the pace car gets ready to make its left-hand turn onto pit road. Keep it locked to RaceSpotTV and iRacing Live. Ty Majeski on the loud pedal. Green flag is in the air. We're racing from Iowa.
An aggressive move right there by Christopher Bell to kind of come down, block the progression of Chase Briscoe there on the inside lane. How about the move on the outside from Ben Kennedy? He's going to try to make it happen. He'll slot in line now. Third, battle for second continues now into 3.
Kennedy gonna look to the top side. Meanwhile, you see Ty way up to the outside. Almost got a piece of the wall. Didn't happen. And now Kennedy under attack from Chase Briscoe in the 1. Briscoe looking to the inside this time. He's gonna stay up on that outside right behind the number 96 of Kennedy. Now to the inside goes Briscoe. The driver to the inside. They'll go 2 wide off of 2. And down to 3 they go. Briscoe on the bottom.
Yeah, Briscoe all the way down to that yellow line. Tough spot to be in. Not too bad. A couple laps in, but here he goes as he slides up the racetrack. Outside line will prevail. Ben Kennedy keeps that 3rd spot as it works their way back to turn number 1.
Yeah, the Camping World Truck Series veteran racing against the other Camping World Truck Series veteran. They're going at it. Not too far behind is Parker Kligerman in that NBC Sports machine. He's right behind these guys. Everybody stacked up a little bit behind Chris Bell. And if you've seen a lot of Chris Bell lately on the sim, that's because he's been running the iRacing World of Outlaw Sprint cars. As he's going to get tagged, he'll hold on to it and he'll make it work. But Kennedy going to go around on the outside. Now Bell takes a little piece of the apron. It all went wrong for the number 2 in turn 1.
Yeah, it did. He'll slide it to a stop on the back stretch right there. Slight damage to the back, but he'll get that thing up and righted and back in the right direction. So that's one way to get it done. Ben Kennedy now up to the top spot. A little bit of contact as they headed into one that last time, but that'll spread things out just a bit right now. Not much of some battles going on, but how about Parker Kligerman working his way up here? Started 8th. He's up to 4th now. He's trying to chase down that 1 car.
Yeah, Kligerman closing on the number 1 car of Chase Briscoe, and Briscoe looking to see he gets a little bit loose off of turn 4, and that actually is going to be a little bit of battle between those guys, but still a little bit of space, and Parker picks up a ton of time in 1 and 2. Not quite there yet. The battle going right now. Ryan Truex and Garrett Smithley going at it. Smithley in the 43 up to the top side in 3 and 4, and then Ryan Truex in that 10 car looking to see where he can get the advantage out of 4. Nothing there. He loses a little bit of time.
Yeah, losing a little bit of time right there, but he'll settle back in there in line. One thing, you don't want to heat these tires up too bad as you start to move on here. Just a 30-lap race, working lap number 7 right now, and already a 1 second lead for that number 60 machine of Ty Majeski as he continues to look to pull away here off of turn number 4. Looks like a little slip up right there, almost into the wall was Chase Briscoe. He's able to hang on to it. He'll stay in line, and he'll actually gain a little bit of time right there on the 96 of Ben Kennedy as they make their way through 1 and 2.
Yeah, Briscoe looks to have a little bit better of a car than Ben Kennedy at the moment, and Kennedy playing very solid defense though, Andy. So Kennedy looking to hold off that 1 car. Lap traffic going to be here in play a little bit. That's Raph Lessard coming up on him is Ty Majeski. Majeski's held a very good lead as he gets loose into 1. He's going to lose the back end. He'll go to the inside. No caution. He'll hold on to that car, but new leader, Ben Kennedy, takes the lead just through consistency.
That's not what Ty Majeski wanted right now, but now he's going to have to work his way now with the 15 right there on his back bumper. There's Christian Eckes right there trying to make his way around. Now he'll get around Ty Majeski. He'll finally get back in line now as they work their way back into turn number 1. So Ty Majeski, a little slip up right there. We talked about one of the best iRacing drivers out there as far as the sim goes, and it just shows, man, mistakes can happen. And right there, just a little bit of slip up, but he was able to keep it off the wall, no damage at all. He'll try to cool them tires off now, because we know one thing: you heat them tires up, makes it for a long or a hard try to get back up through the field. He's going to have to let those things cool off just a bit. Just in front of him, how about Ryan Truex? He's closed the gap now at Garrett Smithley as they work way back to 3.
Yeah, Truex looking to the inside this time, running a very different line through 3 and 4. You see Smithley up on the top side making that work. Meanwhile, Truex trying to go through the bottom. A little bit of a diamonding effect for Truex. Not going to happen, though. And that battle for the lead is now kind of closed up because, well, now it's a battle for the lead. Chase Briscoe right now sits second, and Parker Kligerman, everyone giving themselves a little bit of space, I think, after what happened to Majeski. And for Kligerman and for Briscoe now, it's a case of save those tires and then wait maybe till those last 10 laps, Andy, because if you can make the move then, Kennedy may not have enough time to get back at you.
No, you're absolutely right. So a little bit of separation from them, but how about no separation from 4th, 5th, and 6th right now? 3 wide action down the back straightaway. The 15 of Christian Eckes. He'll decide to back it off right there. Kind of a smart move there as Truex dove it to the bottom, drifts way up the racetrack. Smithley now will do the crossover move. And that's such a great battle we got going on right now for that 4th spot. Truex trying to hang on to it on the outside lane. He's going to have a slight advantage, but here comes Smithley once again. Not going to happen this time. Truex up to that 4th spot.
And Truex is able to pull Eckes in tow. Eckes a lap car, though, keep in mind. And Garrett Smithley, meanwhile, I think he was just a victim of a slide job. We're not on the dirt track tonight, as Eckes going to get a little tag from Garrett Smithley. We aren't on the dirt track tonight, Andy, but Truex made the slide job work. One more lap car to go for Ryan Truex. Going to be that car of Gracie Trotter in front of him. And now Truex is going to go the inside of her, and now she and Eckes are actually going to have a little bit of a battle here, I believe, because those two cars laps down. Now Eckes going to look to the outside. Trotter blocks him, and now Eckes going to look to the inside.
A good move by him to drop way down there. He's actually going to put some pressure on the lead lap car of Ryan Truex. We heard Parker Kligerman talk about he wanted to beat Ryan Truex. Well, Kligerman better keep that foot to the floor right now because Truex is coming. He's coming in a hurry. He's running out of laps, though. We're halfway.
We're halfway. Ben Kennedy still leads, and Chase Briscoe runs second. Kligerman third. Truex fourth. Fifth going to Garrett Smithley. Sixth right now. Todd Gilliland has moved up the way, up 3 spots from where he started. Also up 4 spots, Harrison Burton in the number 12. So keep an eye on those two. If these guys are able to get up to some of these packs, could be a great battle between them. And meanwhile, everyone else behind, Ty Majeski running into those issues. We saw Jody Robinson also running into a little bit of an issues, and then Raphael Lessard, Gracie Trotter, Christian X, and Christopher Bell round out your field at the moment. But half a second right now between Briscoe and Kennedy. This race continues. Right now, it's looking very much like it's going to go to Ben Kennedy, Andy.
Yeah, barring a slip up like we saw from the 60 early on. I'll tell you what, Ben Kennedy's been consistent since the drop of the green flag. Just a little bit of contact early on that he ended up getting into the back end number 2 of Christopher Bell. But other than that, he's been on a tear here since the drop of the green flag. So Ben Kennedy looking strong right now, still half a second. Much hasn't changed over the course of the last few laps or so. Even back to the 13 of Parker Kligerman, the separation still among the top 3 is about the same. I'm still interested just because Parker made such a big thing to do with that. That gap is, I think it's climbing just a little bit. Parker Kligerman able to hang out to 10, maybe a couple of those laps dropping to the bottom like Truex did. Maybe it angered the tires just a bit as he's actually feeling a little pressure from the lap car right now, as the 15 machine of Christian Eckes is now looking way to the inside here off turn 4.
Yeah, Eckes doing a very good job racing with that leader of 4th place position, that second pack kind of, because right behind him you have Smithley, you have Gilliland also in the mix in that bright blue car. So keep an eye on those guys. Not quite over, I think, is that battle between them and Eckes. I think Eckes has given Truex a really good run for his money, despite the fact he's a couple laps down, and I think Eckes is racing it because he's a racer.
Yeah, and a little problem right now for Gracie Trotter. She had a problem going into 3 and 4 right there. She'll end up on pit road here, so unfortunate for her. And that number 8 just lost it there going through turns 3 and 4. But everybody able to get around her and keep it green here because obviously no cautions under this one. So anything can happen. One slip up like we saw even from Ty Majeski, who's still about 12 seconds off the race lead. He hasn't moved much at all since he basically angered those tires.
Yeah, Jody Robinson got a little bit loose off of turn 2. Parker Kligerman had a very good look at that, and he also had a good look at the wall, just tagged it a little bit, was the driver of the 13, but moves to the inside of Robinson now, and Lessard going to follow through, and those two going to go to battle. That's a battle for position, the 11 and the 99, but Raf, very good car at the moment, and closes a huge gap onto the 13. I think the 99 might have been able to grab some tires or something, because he's making that Toyota Camry work right now.
Yeah, he might have came down pit road after getting that damage we see on his race car, but he's doing a great job right now, at least hanging up there, running the top side, which is the fast lane through 3 and 4. He's staying right there with Parker Kligerman. So the separation between Kligerman and Truex, well, right now it's not much of one here, but it looks like a little bit loose off there, off turn number 2 for the 13. Kligerman might have touched the apron just a bit, and allow the 99 to close the gap just a little bit more here as they work their way through 3 and 4.
Yeah, and the battle continues, the Christian Eckes versus Ryan Truex battle, and these two will not let each other go. Eckes going to get by him that time, and Ryan Truex, I'm sure, not very happy with that, considering he's a lead lap car. He doesn't want a lap car past him, so I think Truex is going to see if he can track down that driver in front of him. But Eckes, a great run through two for that driver. Fantastic job right now behind the wheel of that number 15, and what's going to be interesting here is Ben Kennedy and Chase Briscoe. That gap is opened up to about a second here, Andy. So Kennedy at this point looks like it's an open and shut book for the 96 at the moment.
Yeah, he's just been on a rail. It was half a second for about 10 laps or so, but right now starting to stretch it out over Chase Briscoe, almost a second now as we watch that going on. Pretty good battle going on. We got for fourth spot there, Ryan Truex, Garrett Smithley. Smithley's caught him now off of turn number 4, across the stripe. You're looking at about a bumper with me, a little contact right there as they enter turn number 1. Looks like Smithley wants more before this thing's over.
Yeah, Smithley says, "Excuse me, Ryan, I have to get by." And Smithley not able to make it work. A very good run out of turn 2. Back into turn 3 they go now. Smithley looking a little bit to driver's left. He's trying to get in maybe that blind spot a little bit, see if he can get a little bit of a run off the corner. Doesn't work though, loses a little bit of time to Truex. Truex will continue to maintain that gap and then open it up a little bit. And in front of those guys, a little bit of a lap car battle between Jody Robinson and Christian Eckes. Those two going to go at it for a little bit. Meanwhile, Smithley still behind the number 10 of Ryan Truex.
You're absolutely right. Good run off of turn number 4 as they come to the start-finish line. White flag for these drivers. 30-lap run. Here goes Smithley to the inside. He'll dive it into turn number 1. Here he goes, though. Push up the crossover by Truex. He'll make it stick on the bottom side by side. Little wall banging action. And they're going to battle this one out all the way to the end.
Yeah, that was Smithley not at all what he wanted. And now Truex going to try the slide job again. He's going to go up a little bit more of a gap. Smithley going to get the wall again. More damage to the number 43, and well, Truex is gonna actually let Smithley go here. It looks like possibly, oh no, actually, as I noticed, the checkered flag just flew. That's awkward.
We were having so much fun watching that. Ben Kennedy came home with the victory right there. A fantastic job for him.
These guys can go 60 laps. Why not send them back out there?
This was a lot of fun. That would have been fun to see that, but great job by Ben Kennedy right there. Getting the job done, starting 4th. He comes home with the win here. Chase Briscoe, a solid top 2 run here for him.
Yeah, Chase Briscoe, great run. Parker Kligerman brings it home 3rd. 4th going to go to Ryan Truex. 5th to Garrett Smithley. Todd Gillen's going to go 6th. 7th going to go to Ty Majeski. 8th to Harrison Burton. 9th to Rafael Lassard. 10th going to be Jody Robinson. Then Christian Eckes, Gracie Trotter, and Christopher Bell round out your top 13. And well, we're going to head over to Victory Lane and see if we can catch up with the guy doing a little bit of burnout, see if he's in the building, looking up and down. Not sure if we can catch up with him, but we can catch up with the guy who ran 2nd, Chase Briscoe. Never mind, there's Ben Kennedy. We'll pull him in now. Ben Kennedy, live from Victory Lane, was just doing donuts there because he got it done here in the NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational. And Ben, we'll see if we can get him here. All right, we'll see if we can catch up to him in a little bit later, but let's catch up with Chase Briscoe. Chase, you ran 2nd here in the race. Talk us through it, man.
Yeah, it was a good race. Just tires really come into play there at the end. I think the longest run I ever did in practice, qualifying or whatever it was, like a lap and a half. So just got way tight there at the end and kind of got out of my rhythm there when I got within like 3 to 4 tenths of him, and then just started getting really tight and getting out of rhythm. But overall, it was fun, and good job to Ben.
Well, you had a great run out there. It helped a little bit. One, the cars got loose, Ty Majeski, and you were able to move up into that 2nd place position. You had a great battle with Parker, but you're right now mainly driving that truck at the moment, and you are also the ARCA 2016 champion, but right now driving that truck for BKR. From the truck to the sim car, talk us through what kind of differences and what helped you drive that sim car on the track tonight. What can you take from the Camping World Truck Series and put it into this car tonight?
Yeah, it's really similar, and honestly, I think Iowa is by far the most, as far as realism goes. My first time ever going to Iowa, I felt like I'd been there, and turned hundreds of thousands of laps just because it was my favorite track on iRacing. And, how bumpy Iowa is, it's, there's a lot of detail in it. So just knowing where all those bumps are and I've paired up with our Laps, a simulator company, and they've hooked me up with a motion simulator. So it's it's a big deal for me to be able to have this at home and really shorten the learning curve on a lot of these racetracks we go to.
Well, I know Andy and I wanted you guys to go 60, but you get second place here. Anyone sponsors, shout-outs you want to say hello to? Anyone who helps you get it done in the real-world side of things and the sim side of things?
Yeah, obviously our Laps, like I said, they make an awesome motion simulator with the VR goggles and everything, so it's been real fun. And then obviously Ford Performance just does a lot for my career, and it was nice to finally get a race without any incidents last night in that sprint car race. I felt like I was hitting everybody, and obviously sorry about that, but yeah, it's nice. Glad we didn't go 60 laps. My right front probably would have blown, but overall it was a fun race, and hopefully we can do it again.
That's Chase Briscoe. He brings home second place. And Andy, I'm going to pass the microphone to you because you've caught up with the guy who won this thing, Ben Kennedy, down in Victory Lane.
That's right, down here in Victory Lane. How about it, Ben Kennedy? Throw away the real car stuff. You come out in the sim. You get it done on at Iowa here tonight. Walk us through this one, and how was it for you?
It was a blast. I had a lot of fun. I hated getting into Christopher Bell there at the beginning. We were just all tight racing and got in there just a touch too soon. But that was a lot of fun. That was cool. I thought Ty Majeski had it for sure. I don't know what happened to him, if he got loose into the corner or what, but I had a really good time. Hope to do this again.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch you guys. Of course, we follow you guys in the real world side of things, and then we get to see you come out here and try your stuff here. Is there anything real world side that you can throw in here to the sim that maybe helped you out here tonight, especially with the tire wear, especially late in the run?
Yeah, I think so. I think the tire model and everything is pretty realistic. Seeing the fall off over the course of the run, and I use iRacing for a lot of stuff. I used it for Road America last weekend, so it's a really helpful simulation software, and a lot of the tracks are pretty similar. So if it's something in your apartment at home, it's another tool you can use. I'm all for it. So.
Well, the best part of it probably is you don't have to pay for the race cars you wreck on it, right?
Yeah. There's a nice little reset button. I've used that too many, so.
There's nothing wrong with that. The reset button's nice, and iRace, that's what makes it so cool. That when you make a mistake, you can just get out there and try again. But fantastic job here tonight. Obviously, paving the way. You're able to pull away from Chase Briscoe there towards the end. So tire wear was in your favor here tonight, and we hope to see you again here. We'll give you this opportunity, though, Ben, if you got an opportunity to a shout-out, any friends or family maybe tuning in or sponsors you'd like to thank.
Yeah, had Menards on board, and of course run with Ream and Weber Grills as well. So that was a lot of fun tonight. I'm sure I had a bunch of friends tuning in, but like I said, hope to do it again.
Well, congratulations, and thanks for stopping in tonight and chatting with us, and good luck coming up the rest of the season here for you.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
There you have it, our winner here tonight from Iowa Speedway. And Cisco, he got the job done, the tire wear. Of course, he saw the 60 fall out of his way there, which made it pretty nice, I'm sure, seeing the C's part ways for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've actually caught up with Mr. Iowa Speedway himself, Jimmy Small, the president of Iowa Speedway. And Jimmy, we've seen a lot of great events here at the Iowa Speedway, and yet another one here to add to the notch here on iRacing. As the president of this track, what's it like for you to see this track highlighted on the sim so much? Hello, Jimmy.
You guys hear me? You guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we hear you a little bit there, Jim.
Yeah, sorry, my computer's screwing up. So the first thing is it's still light here in Iowa, so that was kind of the trippy part, watching these guys race under the lights when it got light here on the racetrack. I don't know if you guys can hear me all right, can you?
Yeah, we got you now.
Yeah, so I was actually just working on presenting a virtual trophy on Twitter to Ben Kennedy. It was a heck of a race, no surprise there. Competitive, and I think all 3 races he ran. So good to see him finally in victory, though I can't be. But it was really neat to watch it. I had it up on YouTube Live on my Apple. Again, kind of trippy not being there and hearing it.
Well, Jimmy, as I alluded to, we've seen a lot of great races here at the Iowa Speedway on the sim in the past. The one that I alluded to during the pace laps was a great battle between Ryan Truex and Nick Tandy. This relationship that you and your track have had with iRacing goes back a very long time. And talk a little bit about that. How has that helped you guys at Iowa Speedway and kind of that relationship?
Well, I wasn't here when we first started the relationship. I can tell you that we see chatter all the time on the social media platforms about races going on. It actually, for the newbies, just join our staff. It kind of trips us out, to use that word again, because someone sees on Twitter that a race is going on at Iowa Speedway tonight, and they get all freaked out thinking that we hadn't prepared for something or that something was going wrong. But it's a really neat platform to have for the sport. It was really cool tonight to see the pro drivers virtual track like ours, and kind of listen in on chatter before and during the race. So really neat. Glad that we kicked off this series together, and looking forward to many more.
Absolutely. Well, give you the chance here. Anyone you want to say hello to, any sponsors, shout outs, who gets it done for you guys at Iowa Speedway?
The France family. So Ben Kennedy, they're the ones that sent me out here to run Iowa Speedway, and so grateful for that opportunity. But I love day in, day out, and to live at the racetrack each summer. So shout out to them, and all of our partners like Iowa Corn Growers, American Ethanol. But I'm not normally a sponsor plugger, but you go to me there, and happy to do it.
All right, well, that's Jimmy Smalls, president of Iowa Speedway. Jimmy, thanks for talking to us. And now I believe Andy is caught up with, the who may be the final interviewees tonight. And it's a couple of rivals that know each other. And Andy, I believe you caught up with them.
Yeah, I'm down here and talking with Parker Kligerman, Ryan Truex, and kind of the race within the race. Parker called it out there at the beginning, Parker, and I ended up ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly. Did what I had to do, which was beat Truex, and that's what we came here to do tonight, and happy about that. Thought I might even had a chance for the win when I saw Ty spin out, but I blew off my right front too soon and couldn't keep up with Chase and Ben, so that was fun, but most of all, we did what we needed to do, and that was beat Ryan.
Well, Ryan, I'll give you a chance to defend yourself. I'll tell you what, you were really wheeling that thing out there. I saw you a great battle with a lap down machine there of Kristen Eckes. Talk about this track, and we've seen you have some pretty good battles out here on the sim track of Iowa.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I kind of sucked tonight. I don't know. I just wasn't on it.
As opposed to any other night?
My steering wheel settings. So I just moved, and I just set my whole deal up literally today, like 3 hours ago. So we're going to blame it on that. Faulty equipment.
We'll just have to have a rematch.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of excuses. Pretty typical for him.
Oh, a lot of fun. Well, you guys you got the job.
One-on-one? Maybe we should do that. Call up. Hey, if you're watching this, maybe we could do Parker versus Ryan, the series. How about that?
That'd just be a lot of mediocrity in one race, so we don't want to see that.
Oh boy. Well, Ryan, I'll tell you what, you wheeled that thing here tonight. Got up back up into that fourth spot there. Anybody want to thank or anybody watching here tonight you want to say hi to?
Just the boys back in the shop, man. They do all the hard work. They deserve all the credit.
There you have it, Parker. Congratulations, Ryan, both of you guys. Good show, and hopefully we'll see you more here in the next coming weeks.
Sure thing. Thanks to iRacing for putting this on, NBC Sports for being on my car, and look forward to doing it again. That was a lot of fun.
Yep, thank you. It was a lot of fun. Appreciate it.
Well, there you have it, Cisco. A fantastic night, I think, overall, and we're just beginning, though.
Oh, yeah, we're just beginning. NASCAR night is, in fact, not over because immediately after this, we're going over to Darlington with, well, you're catching a flight, Andy. It's going to be a really quick flight over to South Carolina for you because you're joining Evan Pisoko and Randy Chenna to bring the NASCAR K&N Series back to YouTube and to the iRacing YouTube channel tonight. That's going to be a lot of fun. But we just want to say thank you to everyone involved in this series. Kevin Bobbitt, Otto Sessamini, and of course, everybody behind the scenes at iRacing who makes this happen. All the drivers who came out tonight, thank you very much for joining us. And well, NASCAR night is not over. We do need you to hit that dial because we need you to get over to the other stream. And Cam, Andy, everyone's putting in chat, so make sure you head over there. And thanks for stopping by here for the NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series. And hey, you know what? We got a little bit more of this coming up pretty soon. That's gonna be a lot of fun. We look forward to that. Till next time, for Andy Kessler and Hugo Louise, my name is Cisco Scaramuza, and hey, let's just send it over to Evan Pizzoco.